as you are the investors, put everything in it that you would like, and then let's just reverse engineer it to make it work. So what we did collectively is we put it together and we called it the collateralized debt fund. So as you know, on properties, you have some institutional money that comes in, right? When we're buying these properties, we have some bank money, okay? But when we're buying these things, we're buying them at deep discounts because we're buying them either out of bankruptcy or out of, let's say, a family that, somebody passed away and the property kind of got let go for a little while. So when you're buying these kind of distressed properties, the bank's not going to give you a huge valuation on it because there's no income coming in it. We know what to do with it, but they're going to say, well, we're only going to give it X, Y, and Z value, right? So you're like, okay, great. So you get a portion of your money from them, a portion of the money we raise, and a portion of money we also get from hard money lenders. So now the CDF, we're promising our investors anywhere from 6 to 10%. And we're going to give them monthly distributions. This is not a pro forma. It is what it is. You're getting it. It's not like we're pro forma. You're going to get that. If we tell you, if you come in at a certain dollar amount, you're getting 10%, you're getting 10%. That's how much you're getting. You're getting monthly distributions. Okay. The reason we're able to do it, and for the people on this podcast who invest in syndications, they'll probably understand some of this even at a higher level than some other people. We are taking that CDF money and replacing the hard money lending money. Hard money lending might cost us 12 to 14% with points and things like that, right? Mm-hmm. So now if we remove the hard money lending money and replace it with the CDF money, it's a lot cheaper, right? Now we're only paying 6 to 10% to service that as opposed to 12 to 14%. And what we really love is the money goes to our investor community as opposed to some hard money lender that doesn't really care about us. So it helps the CDF investors because they're getting monthly distributions, 6 to 10% cash, where they're going to get that with, and they're not locked in. We give them some ability to remove their money too.
Oh, that's smart. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's stopgaps in place, but they do have some flexibility there. But now all of a sudden the property NOI just went up because the net operating income improves because the debt just went down. The cost of debt just went down.
Yeah. So then, I mean, obviously you're renovating the properties, right? Kind of doing the standard procedures there. And you're using some of this fund money to replace the hard money over time. And then that's what I'm hearing, right? Is there like a refinance at a period of time where you say, okay, now the property is back up to speed, we can get better debt?
Yeah, that might happen. And that 6 to 10% that we're actually paying the CDF investors might actually be more expensive for us, in which case we have, honestly, there's so many things we can do with the cash on the properties because problems that we have, which are good problems, we're sold out of weddings for the next 2-3 years. Now, the problem that causes, we don't have enough hotel space. So we need to build. So if we need to use that money to help build, and that money is going to cost us 6 to 10%, we're happy to pay that. We have instant cash available to do it. So we can do those things. We can do things on the property, or we can look at new assets that are coming down the line that we weren't able to negotiate some quick closing on and use the CDF money for a bridge loan.
Love it. Yeah. So it makes sense now why it's a debt
fund. We call it be the bank for that exact reason. It allows us to take advantage of opportunities in a market that's kind of fluctuating. It allows us to swap out more expensive debt for cheaper debt. It allows us to position ourselves in a very good place.
Yeah, it gives you some flexibility because, to your point, you have availability of cash. So how long typically do you see this fund going? Like, how long do you think it'll last? And then do you have an exit plan for that?
Yeah, so the CDF is an evergreen fund. So there's no real exit plan per se. It's evergreen, so we just keep raising, because we have, we can use the cash always, with our growth like a hockey stick, there's always use of cash on the properties. We get lots of cash flow, but we need to keep up with the demand. And the demand is there, we just need to kind of keep up with it. And if we're not ready to use it right away, there's other things that we can do on the property, and we're also looking at opportunities that are coming up. So we'd rather be in a good cash position too.